You've tried gluten-free, dairy-free, paleo, keto, and nothing seems to work. I get it. As a nutritionist, I've seen so many women waste years chasing the wrong diet. So let's put it into that. Today, I'm going to simplify what foods really matter most for your thyroid. I'm Naira, a certified holistic nutritionist and your Hashimoto's BFF, and I help women optimize their thyroid health, finally beat stubborn Hashimoto symptoms, and feel good in their bodies again. Here's the thing. There's no single perfect diet for Hashimoto's, but there is a way of eating that helps calm inflammation, balance your immune system, and support your thyroid naturally. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the core principles of the best diet and the best way of eating for Hashimoto's so you can stop guessing and start healing. Plus, I have a free resource for you called the Hashimoto Symptom Map. It walks you through the most common symptoms and what they're tied to at a root cause level so that you can connect the dots between your symptoms and figure out what your body is trying to tell you. Link in the description box below. All right, let's talk about what the best diet for Hashimoto's really looks like, starting with the foundation that matters most. When it comes to how you should eat for Hashimoto's, the goal isn't restriction, it's reducing inflammation. So many women I talk to have spent years trying to eat less, cut carbs, or follow the latest diet trend, and yet they still feel exhausted, puffy, and stuck. The truth is, it's not because you're not trying hard enough. It's because the real problem isn't the calories in the first place. It's inflammation. When inflammation runs high, your immune system stays overactive. And in Hashimoto's, that overactivity means your immune system keeps mistaking your thyroid for a threat. So instead of healing, your body is constantly in defense mode, which makes fatigue, brain fog, and weight changes so much harder to manage. This is why low-calorie diets, detox teas, and clean eating challenges often backfire for people with Hashimoto's. When your body is already inflamed and stressed, restricting food or nutrients just pushes it further into survival mode. You might lose a few pounds short term, but your energy, your hormones, and mood usually pay the price. What your thyroid actually needs is a calm environment and a consistent way of eating, where your immune system can take a deep breath and stop attacking everything in sight. And that happens when you feed your body real nourishment. So instead of counting every calorie, shift your focus to foods that reduce inflammation and help your body heal. Think nutrient-dense, whole foods that are easy to digest and full of the vitamins and minerals your thyroid depends on, like zinc, selenium, magnesium, and omega-3. And here's the best part. Once you start eating this way, your body begins to respond. Energy improves, bloating calms down, and those stubborn symptoms that used to feel random start to make sense. Which brings me to my next point. What does this actually look like in real life? When it comes to healing your thyroid, color and variety are your best friend here. Every color on your plate represents different antioxidants and nutrients that your immune system needs to calm inflammation and repair tissue. So instead of thinking diet food, think nourishing food. Fill your plate with colorful fruits and veggies, things like spinach, kale, sweet potatoes, broccoli, blueberries, and pomegranates. These are all rich in antioxidants that protect your thyroid from oxidative stress, which is one of the biggest drivers of autoimmune flare-ups. Next, you're going to want to focus on clean proteins. So wild-caught fish like salmon or sardines, these are amazing because they're rich in omega-3 fats and directly reduce inflammation. But you can also rotate in some grass-fed meats, pasture-raised eggs, or plant-based proteins like lentils and chickpeas if you tolerate them well. Protein gives your body the amino acids it needs to make hormones and rebuild tissues, which is key when you're healing your thyroid. And you don't want to forget healthy fats. Things like avocado, avocado oil, nuts, seeds, and even a bit of coconut oil can help stabilize hormones, improve overall absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, and keep your blood sugar steady throughout the day. A lot of women are afraid of fats because of old diet culture messaging, but your thyroid loves healthy fats. They're literally part of how your hormones are made. Then there are your carbs. Yes, carbs. Fiber-rich carbs like quinoa, brown rice, root vegetables, and fruits help feed good gut bacteria and prevent that mid-afternoon crash. So don't skip carbs. Just choose the kinds that are actually going to fuel your body and fuel your energy instead of spiking it and crashing it. Now, this isn't about being perfect or eating some ideal Pinterest-worthy meal every day. It's about finding meals that make you feel grounded, nourished, and stable and not deprived. You don't have to cut out all your favorite foods either. You can pretty much make anything you love just with any inflammatory swap. If you love pasta, try lentil or chickpea pasta. If you crave something sweet, go for dark chocolate with a handful of berries. The goal here isn't to restrict, it's to rebuild trust with your body through food that actually helps it function in the way that it's supposed to. Now, just as important as what to eat is knowing what to avoid, because certain foods can quietly work against your healing without you even realizing it. So let's talk about the big three triggers I see most often with Hashimoto: gluten, dairy, and inflammatory oils. Things like canola, soybean, and sunflower. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, here we go again, another list of foods to avoid, hear me out. This isn't about restriction or for restriction's sake. It's about understanding how these foods can quietly keep your immune system in overdrive. So let's start with gluten. Gluten is one of the most researched food triggers in Hashimoto's. Through something called molecular mimicry, parts of gluten proteins actually look very similar to your thyroid tissue. So when you eat gluten, your immune system can get confused. It starts attacking both the gluten and your thyroid, and that means more inflammation, more fatigue, and more flares. Next, there's dairy. Even though dairy can be a great source of calcium and protein, for many with Hashimoto's, it can be inflammatory, especially if there's any gut permeability or lactose intolerance in the mix. If your gut lining is already irritated, dairy proteins like casein can leak through and trigger your immune system all over again. That's why so many women notice their bloating or sinus congestion or skin issues ease up when they take a short break from dairy. And then we have seed oils. So canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower, safflower, all those seed oils. These are everywhere in processed foods, restaurant meals, and salad dressings. The problem isn't that they're evil, it's that they're very high in omega-6 fats. And when omega-6 is out of balance with omega-3s, it fuels inflammation. That imbalance keeps your immune system irritated and your hormones out of sync. Now, I know this can feel overwhelming, but you don't need to cut out everything forever. Think of this as a short elimination experiment. Give your body a few weeks without these common triggers and just see what happens for you. Keep a simple symptom journal, note your energy, your digestion, your skin, or sleep. Sometimes the difference is surprisingly clear in just a few weeks. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. You're learning how your body communicates through symptoms, and when you remove some of that extra noise, your body finally has room to rebalance. Once you've reduced those big triggers and things start to calm down, the next step is rebuilding your foundation. So supporting your gut so that your immune system can finally start to settle. Your gut and your thyroid are deeply connected. About 70% of your immune system actually lives in your gut. So if your digestion is off, your thyroid will almost always feel it too. When your gut lining becomes inflamed or imbalanced, maybe from stress, antibiotics, food sensitivities, or even years of nutrient deficiencies, it can start letting undigested food particles or toxins slip through. This is what people mean when they talk about leaky gut. When that happens, your immune system sounds the alarm and goes into attack mode. And if you already have Hashimoto's, that can mean more thyroid inflammation and more symptoms. That's why supporting your gut isn't just about digestion. It's about calming your immune system at the root. And the beautiful thing is, gut repair doesn't have to be complicated. Just start by including some probiotic-rich foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, coconut yogurt, so that you can start bringing good bacteria back in. Then feed those good bacteria with prebiotic fiber from foods like asparagus, garlic, onions, apples, and leafy greens. You can also think about gut healing nutrients, things like bone broth or collagen or L-glutamine, all of which help strengthen the gut lining. What I love about this step is when your gut starts to heal, everything starts to improve. Your digestion smooths out, your energy stabilizes, and your brain fog lifts. And even your mood feels lighter, because the gut is where so many of our neurotransmitters are made. So if you've been working on thyroid health but still feel stuck, don't skip this piece. Gut healing is truly one of the fastest ways to feel like yourself again. And lastly, let's talk about one piece most women overlook when trying to eat healthy. If you're constantly tired, moody, or craving sugar, blood sugar balance might be part of the problem. And it's one of the most overlooked pieces of thyroid healing. When your blood sugar spikes and crashes throughout the day, it pushes your body to release more cortisol, which is your main stress hormone. Over time, that constant stress response can slow down thyroid hormone conversion, increase inflammation, and leave you feeling wired, tired, and anxious all at once. The fix is actually quite simple. Keep your blood sugar steady. So pair protein and healthy fats with every meal, eat regularly instead of skipping meals, and swap refined carbs or sugary snacks for whole food options like fruit, nuts, or root vegetables. When your blood sugar is balanced, your hormones stabilize, your energy evens out, and your thyroid can finally do its job without all that stress chemistry getting in the way. Balanced blood sugar truly means balanced hormones, and that means better thyroid function, fewer crashes, and a calmer body overall. So we covered a lot, but remember, you don't have to do everything all at once. Small, consistent changes add up. Every meal is a new opportunity to support your healing. If this video gave you clarity or made you feel more hopeful, please let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe, not just so you don't miss future videos, but so this message can reach as many people with Hashimoto's who need to hear that they're not alone. And before you go, don't forget to grab your free Hashimoto symptom map using the link below. It's the perfect next step to connect your symptoms to their root causes and start healing from the inside out. Truly, you are not in this journey alone. I'm cheering you on every step of the way. You've got this, and I'll see you in the next one.